Um, I think it's important because it keep coming up, this thing about judging.
Mhm.
And I think that people got a misunderstanding of what judging is. And so I've learned this, and I've thought it out, and the spirit has dealt with me on it along with some other things, you know what I'm saying? And people, if you think that because you can see something that's wrong and you call it out, because we're called to call these things out. This is what God told us to do, to call these things out. So if it's judging and judging is wrong, then why would he tell us to do that? Like, think about it. So that led me to say, well, then what is judging? You know what I'm saying? Because if you hear me say, "Oh, Chris Rock was wrong for saying that," and you call that, and then you say, "Hey, man, you need to quit judging people," and then you just judge me. So then, shouldn't that make you wonder? Well, then what is judging? Um, I got a I even in which I already knew the answer, but I asked. I interviewed Jesse Lee Peterson, and so I wanted to make sure I asked him about this judging thing. He gave me an answer. Murder, I'm gonna find it. If you can give your while I go find it. I want to find it so I can play it.
Say again.
You was gone. What? I do that sometimes too. I would say if you can give them a lesson on judging while I go find that video.
I can judge as much as you want. There, lesson over. Go.
He said, "I'm not listening to you, dude."
Now, someone asked a question about can you find the context, and I did find the context. It's an easy enough context, and I explained it. I probably don't know if I can play it yet, but we'll see. Anyhow, so judging. The Bible says, "Don't judge." People say. Actually, it doesn't say that. It says, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." It didn't say not to judge. It just gave you the parameters for judging, so that you know if you do judge, this is what will happen. Just so you know, so we're getting everything 100% clear. Secondly, it's not judging if you're calling out the sin of the person. You're not judging their motives. You're not judging their reasoning, how they got there. You're judging the action, the sin itself. And you are completely within your right to do all of that because he lists the sins that he don't like. And if you see it being committed, you can literally say, that's a problem. That's not judging the person. That's judging their actions. That's completely and well within the rights of any believer to do. Thirdly, when you try and tell people that you should stop judging, you're basically going against every characteristic of a believer because you need to discern the type of spirits you are around. And in order for me to discern what I'm around, I have to judge that person's character against God's to know if I should dwell amongst or with that person. So do not hand me this I shouldn't judge nonsense, because if you don't want to be judged, then don't judge me for judging. Okay? One. So maybe you should practice what you preach. I am not judging anyone. At least I'm not final judging anyone. That's God's job.
Mm-hmm.
I do what you call temporary judging, which is keeping you out of my way because you might be a hindrance to me. You don't want to judge and keep every sort of spirit around you? Feel free. Hang out with whoever you want to hang out with. Do it. Have fun. I ain't going to do that. I would much rather not have that type of person around me. So I will judge the mess out of everything they do and keep their nonsense out of my world. You don't want to do that. More power to you, buddy.
More power to you.
More power.
So I'm gonna give you a first of all, a lot of times what we consider to be judging is not judging, it's called discernment. Okay, and God gave us that gift so that we can navigate through life with less dangers and less problems or less risk of losing our salvation. Is referring to the Lord as Pops, taking his name in vain.
He's my dad, isn't he? I'm pretty sure I call my dad Pops. Is he not your daddy? Is he not your father? I don't see how that's blaspheming, but anyway, I'm taking his name in vain. It ain't vain. He's my daddy.
Blasphemy is a whole different level.
It allows you to return, allows God to draw.
Oh wait, this is going fast. I don't know why it's going so fast, but I'm gonna play it. Wow.
Forgiveness allows you to return, allows God to draw you into the kingdom of heaven within, because there are two kingdoms, one within and one above. And Christ created a new kingdom within us. He hid it in our hearts, word made flesh, right? But you cannot enter into that kingdom until you apologize for playing God. Anyone who has anger, and by the way, anger is the same thing as hate, resentment, and anger. They just soften the word down, as like they do with everything. They make the word sound better, make you accept it more. But it's really hate. And anyone who has anger is playing God. They're judging themselves and others, right? Playing God. Unless you repent by going and apologizing for judging, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
That might have been right. And plus, it was really fast. I don't know how I got like that. But anyway, the explanation is clear. You know what I'm saying? Don't confuse judgment with discernment. When you judge somebody, you condemning them to hell. You hoping and praying something on them. Judgment is hate. Judgment is hate somebody. Hate is the opposite of love. When you hate somebody, you don't care about them. You want the best. You might be even wishing something bad on them. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what we're doing, because we're pointing out the fact that he's disrespecting our Father. Or is that in vain too, Ron?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, people just like to say things to come against us, and that's fine.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing, and I'll tell you why it's a good thing.
It let us know.
Yeah, it doesn't happen unless you're doing something right.
Yeah, it really
just so you know.
If we was on here playing videos of people twerking, they be saying, "Yeah, play another one. That's twerking. Now that's how to twerk." It's funny. Janet Taylor, thank you very much for the super sticker. And I'm not going to judge you for giving us that. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's crazy. So, do you want to? It's not blasphemy. I don't know why they said that.
So I want to answer the person that addressed the problem of context for the joke.
Mm-hmm.
He started saying they wanted to know if we took it in context, the joke was in context. Like what was the context of the joke? He started saying, "I love every religion. Don't get me wrong. I love religion, and I love religion because all of them have the exact same mantra that their God don't make mistakes. That's what they always say. God don't make mistakes." And then he went into that little soliloquy about, yeah, he does, because you don't rest unless you mess up. That's my context, and that's all the context I could ever possibly need. So I want to make sure I clarified that so people don't hear that and think, oh, we just drug out a snippet of it. If you want to go listen to it, it's on Netflix. Enjoy the whole show. I'm not going to give him airtime by playing his entire thing when I just need to understand exactly what his point was.
So what did he ask again, Marley?
Someone wanted to know if we took the clip in context of what he was saying in full.
Oh, okay. I mean, good question though.
Mm-hmm.
People do that. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's not what happened. He said, and I don't even know how you can take that out of content. He said what he said. Even if he was, the only way I could see him is if he was saying
that somebody said it.
Else said it. Yeah. We're on the same page, right? That's great. That somebody else said it, but that was clearly not the case. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know because we watched the whole thing, like a little bit before and after. But the thing is, even if so, all I need to do is see that, and it's clear to me that he was not saying what somebody else said. He was saying what he was saying, and it was his joke. You know what I'm saying? It was a joke to him. And again, we got to be careful about people telling you jokes and getting away with stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about that. I remember my daddy years ago taught us, don't let people play slapbox with you. They're not playing. Don't let people play with you like that. And slapboxing don't compare near to what this dude just got on the microphone and said. You know what I'm saying? What we just heard.